Well, as you guys know, I wasn't originally planning to do any Gran Turismo videos today, and the second of the two special projects in Forza is still coming out. I've just bumped it forward, or bumped it back, I guess I should say, to 9 o'clock. For now, though, we have news of technically more than one new vehicle coming to Gran Turismo. The main headline here is the Xiaomi SU7 Ultra. It's the first Chinese car which will be in Gran Turismo. It is a fully electric vehicle, I'm sure at least, in fact, probably more than a few of you are familiar with the car thanks to its exploits. Visually, it's got a very Porsche Taycan kind of thing going on with a bit of Kia in there, in my opinion. Not a bad looking car, in fact probably one of the better looking Chinese vehicles in my opinion. And in terms of spec, well, it's a monster. 1500 horsepower, under a 2 second 0 to 60 time, 217 miles an hour. So not bad at all for a super saloon, and can basically wipe the floor with anything with a traditional V8 or whatever engine. I'm not saying it's more exciting to drive because it probably isn't, but at least in terms of actual performance, it should be pretty quick. Where things get interesting, and also a word of caution here, is first of all, on the interesting point, they are apparently also doing a Vision GT car, which I find kind of ironic because this kind of already feels like a Vision GT car, although it will probably be a lot more useful than one. That ties into my word of caution though. Regardless of the VGT, we already know that Gran Turismo doesn't really treat electric cars with that much interest, even the ones which are potentially really good or record breakers. I mean, Xiaomi and the Nurburgring go together pretty well, and so does Volkswagen with the IDR, and that is still not a particularly useful car in Gran Turismo. For that matter, neither was the Tajima E-Runner in the past either. They're good enough cars, in fact they're fantastic, but they just don't really feel well integrated into the game. The fact that electric vehicles are becoming more and more of a thing, Forza for example is integrating tons of them all the way up to the Neo AP9 and everything all the way down, and you kind of have to evolve with the times to some degree. For me personally, I would love to see them pivot more towards the off-road electric side. For example, I've been driving stuff like the GMC Hummer EV, which is by far my favourite electric vehicle at the moment. I also love the Lotus electric cars, and of course we have the Rivian in Forza as well, which is a whole lot of fun. So those are the kind of electric cars I would love to see personally in Gran Turismo, and of course a Rimac, but this one is going to be, if nothing else, extremely quick. I just don't know how much use we're going to be able to get out of it. It will probably be very, very quick in any event that you can use it in, but how many events is that actually going to be? In terms of a date, we don't actually know yet. We will presumably see more about the car over this weekend, because of course we've got the live events at London. The Xiaomi logo is featured very prominently alongside the Gran Turismo one, and of course Kaz met up with the boss of the company recently. He actually teased having driven a 1500 horsepower car. He showed a racing suit, I think it was, on Twitter or something like that, and presumably this would have been the car he was talking about. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I know a lot just don't care in a flat sense about any electric vehicle. I'm definitely not one of those people. I couldn't really care less about the environmental side, but I do like the alternative tech. So for example, in the motorcycle world, stuff like the Energica Ego is legitimately one of my dream bikes, and in the car world I do love the ones that I mentioned earlier, like the Lotus Elite or the GMC Hummer. I'm interested to see what they might do with it, and hopefully they improve the electric scene in Gran Turismo moving forward. Of course, stick around for that other special project later today, and thanks for watching.